are. We're at the Ice Age Trail Eagle segment. We started at Highway 67. It's just Patrick and I this trip. Let's see how this one goes. Hopefully the rain will avoid us, so we have a nice dry evening. Another boardwalk. It's pretty nice. Some bushes on each side. You can hear a plane. It looks like we're going into some grassy trails up here. It's been dirt so far until this point. Boardwalk's really nice, upkept. Well, I kind of spoke too soon about no bugs. We just had to stop a minute as we're getting our way along the trail. It's getting a little buggy out. We got some mud areas, probably from the rain that we've all been having. For the most part, the trail looks pretty decent so far. There's a couple little side trails that you can kind of get around the spots, it looks like, if they get too muddy, which is nice. Coming up on another boardwalk. So I'm gonna guess this area gets pretty mucky back here from the rain. Pretty dense on each side, which is kind of nice. Now it looks like we're getting ready to go into an open field for a while. Coming up on our first bench here by this huge tree. Holy Moses. I think we'll stop here and get some water and take a rest after coming through the hot field. Stopped and took a break, got some water, heading back out. Here's another little wooden bridge again. Some really tall dandelions. Oh, it kind of looks like a dried up creek. Or as our youngest would call it, a water spring, I think. Heading down a grassy path right now. I just heard an airplane go by. Went over another little wooden bridge. It looks like it's kind of needing some boards fixed. Nice little breeze going. Sun is still out. See some butterflies, some milkweed. Whole field of it. Looks like up ahead we'll be heading back, possibly into this next forest up here. Still winding around here. Looks like this path might actually go into the forest. Said a while back, but I was wrong. Kind of went around the forest up a small hill. We had another bench at the top, but I don't think anyone wants to sit out and bake in the sun. That's not my cup of tea. So we'll keep going for a while and find the next shady spot. See if we're ready for water and some lunch. It's nice and peaceful out. It's nice. Every so often we see these nice markers to show us that we're still on the Ice Age trail. Yep, here we are heading into the woods again. Let's see how the mosquitoes are. Looks like we're gonna head over another little bridge up here. Like another dried up water stream is what my daughter would call it. Another mile marker. Looks like we're gonna go up a hill. Well, it's not our way because we're supposed to go to the right, but we're actually going to go to the left up to Brady's Rock and see what's up there. I'm kind of curious. So, it's like a little rocky stairs. I'll see if it's anything like the Devil's Lake rocks. That was pretty brutal. We'll go up it for a little bit and see where it ends up, and we'll have to walk back down and get back on the actual trail. It's nice, you can hear the birds out today. Oh, quite a few rocks through here. This is really pretty. Be careful not to stub a toe, that would really hurt. There's another big rock. Oh, and it's got Brady's rock loops. I guess we'll go this way. Then it looks like it'll loop around on these rocks here to go right back. And this is really, really pretty. Big rock there. Some big rocks on this side too. Look at that. That is really cool. I'll go up here and see what's up here yet. Cool looking tree. If you listen, you can hear the birds. Yeah, but it looks like now we're looping back around. Oh, there's a butterfly. You guys can see that or not. We got big rocks in the middle of the walkway. This is really pretty coming up here too. I think it's really cool what you can actually see when you go out into nature and you start walking around. You can see all sorts of neat stuff. This trail's getting a little rocky. I'm kind of going downhill a little bit. Go around this little rock ledge here. It's kind of cool looking. And then a crazy little path. It's like we're gonna wind back up. See how Patrick's doing back here. Wow, he's as tall as that rock. That's pretty cool. I think my daughter's word was wow. I think my word's gonna end up being cool because I can't stop saying it. But that's okay, everyone has their word they like to use. I almost stepped on a toad. That would have probably made my girls cry. Nice little detour, but a little tricky. And if you can kind of notice the tree up here, I've been seeing these little white marks. So I'm gonna assume that's for the Brady's rock trail. So you follow those to get back around. I think up here is where we came in at. Then we'll head back down the Ice Age trail and hopefully not get sidetracked on any more little scenic areas. And we're back where we started. Oh, that was pretty cool. Okay, we're gonna head back where we came from and we're gonna get back on the Ice Age trail. Brady's Rocks. An Irish immigrant by the name of Michael Brady lived here in 1855 with his wife Kathleen. They eventually had 6 children and lived for a while in a 12 by 12 log cabin. Mr. Brady quarried stone here, and as a result, this outcropping of rock came to be known as Brady's Rocks. The Brady's Rock Trail winds through this old outcropping of Niagara dolomite that was created when parts of Wisconsin were covered by an ancient inland sea some 400 million years ago. The site also contains several uncommon ferns, including walking fern, fragile fern, and cliff brake. So that's the path that we just took. So that's pretty cool. Just left Brady's Rock area. And we're back on the Ice Age trail going across another bridge here, but it looks like the water stream is all dried up again. It's kind of crazy with all the rain that we've been having around here. And then it looks like we're heading up to another dirt grassy path again, and there's a yellow marker on that tree to know that we're actually on the Ice Age trail, so we don't have to look at our map constantly and kind of focus on enjoying the scenery around us and chit-chatting and seeing what next thing that we can see. We just stopped on a nice little platform with a boardwalk and it's like a freshly built bench. We're 2 miles in. It's like we have roughly 5 miles until we hit shelter 2, where we're gonna set up camp for the night and see if we can hear any crazy noises like we did on our last trip. Any coyotes howling or any bears maybe ransacking our camp, or maybe the Sasquatch will show up. Guess you never know when you're out in the woods what'll show up and what won't show up. So we're still out underneath the hot sun. It's not too bad. The breeze is blowing here and there, which makes it nice. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. It's like there's another marker up here to tell us that we're definitely heading in the right direction. We're in a nice grassy area right now. See lots of flowers and butterflies. Walking on a nice grassy patch. I jumped a couple times just hearing stuff off the side of the trail. Probably birds or rabbits or other small rodents. And when it's quiet and we're not talking, it kind of startles you. It's really nice out here walking. Some milkweed in the middle of the trail. Just noticed this off the side of the trail. There's a metal tunnel that goes underneath, and it looks like there's a creek. Looks pretty stagnant. I don't know if I would drink out of it, but we don't need water right now, so we're gonna continue on. Well, we're still trucking her along. It's getting pretty hot out. Walking on this trail here, we got a lot of flowers on each side. We have the sun above us pounding on us. So we feel like we're cooking like an egg. I don't know how much longer we have to go before we're back in the shade. It's supposed to be cool today, but it's obviously not, since we're roasting. See another trail marker ahead, kind of surrounded on both sides by tall bushes. It'd be nice if they had some nice tall trees to shade this area. Walked by a pretty mucky creek, really pretty cattails. I like cattails. So thought I'd give an update. Maybe the next time it's shade, we'll be able to sit down and cool off before we start heading to shelter 2. Looks like up ahead there might be another boardwalk. That's pretty common from what I've seen so far of the eagle segment. So we'll see what happens. It's not a boardwalk. It's actually a road. But it looks like it's going to be short because walking on pavement is not our cup of tea. So we'll see how long this will last. At least there's a nice grassy shoulder that we can walk on, so we don't have to walk on the pavement. So that'll be a little bit easier on our feet. That was a really short road walk. Kind of glad about that. Looks like we're heading into the Kettle Moraine State Forest from what the sign says here. So that's nice. It looks like we might be in some shaded area for a while. Really happy that it wasn't a long road walk because that's not fun. Well, we just went over another boardwalk and now we're heading into, it looks like a pine forest. And it looks up about 0.2 miles. It looks like there's a parking area. So I guess we're gonna continue through this pine forest and see what's at the end and then sit down and I'll probably get something to eat and get some more water in us before we continue on. So, pretty easy so far. Well, we just came out of the pine forest and looks like we're on another road that we gotta cross. And we're hoping to find a nice bench in the shade, but that's not looking possible currently. So I guess we'll continue on and see if they have another spot, maybe up here further on the trail. But I guess we'll see what happens. We're getting into the Scuppernong River habitat area. I guess we'll see what we're going to be seeing through here. Hopefully some shade. I'm walking through the field for a little bit again. The breeze would pick up and continue. That would be nice. Past another couple hikers, walkers before we cross the road. Here's a bench with a rock in the shade. We already stopped back by the road. We weren't going to, but I think we needed some water, so we stopped. So I guess we'll continue hiking along and until we get to the next bench. Maybe we'll strike gold and it'll be in the shade for a while. We can sit and veg out. Probably got about four miles before we hit the shelter. So I think it's a little after 2 o'clock. And I see another Ice Age trail marker ahead as well. Those have been pretty helpful so we don't have to keep stopping and looking at our maps. Well, made it this far. Looks like a nice water source. Patrick's going down and is going to get some water so he can get that filtered. So that's what he's doing. Nice flowing creek. Only thing that sucks is there's a bench in the sun again. Well, we just got back past the water source. It's like we're coming out to a road. Little parking area here. I don't know if we got a road walk ahead of us or not. I think Patrick's checking right now.
Oh yeah, we do. We do.
We do? Okay, looks like we have a road walk ahead of us. Hopefully not too long of a walk. It'd be nice if we can get out of the sun. But I guess push comes to shove, we do have some nice umbrellas that we can get out and use them to shade ourselves while we're doing the road walk. Maybe that'll help cool us down. Looks like a 2-track of road actually. So maybe it won't be so bad. Ran into a gentleman with his chocolate Labrador. He likes to go swimming in the water source. Kind of nice that when we got there we were able to get our water before they showed up. This dog was swimming. Looks like there's some cattails coming up on this side. I guess we'll see where this road heads. Okay, it looks like we might be done with the Eagle segment. We're just getting ready to cross Highway 59. It's quite busy. We decided to pull out our umbrellas to give us some shade while we did the little bit of road walk. So we're gonna hurry up and cross before traffic comes and see what's on the other side. And if we're in luck, maybe some shade. I know we're going the right way. We have it all marked again, which is pretty nice. Due to the generosity of Ted and Cindy Richards, a section on the trail is routed over their land. Well, thank you very much for allowing us to walk on your property. Well, I got through that little section. It looks like we're back to road walking. Doesn't look like it's too far though. I'm thinking maybe the trail is up there where I see a couple cars. Kind of a windy road, so we'll have to be on the lookout for cars going a million miles an hour so don't take us out. But actually looking over my right shoulder, I kind of see the path on the opposite side of the road, so I wonder if that's where we gotta go. Looks like we're coming up on a railroad crossing. It'd be kind of interesting if we actually see a train. Not sure if it's still an active crossing or not. See any trains coming from that way. I don't hear any coming from that way. There's a lot of foot traffic. They look like they're going to the left, and we're going to follow the Ice Age trail to the right. I don't know. Kind of a nice trail here. Some grasshoppers hopping around. Looks like we got a little bit of a hill to go up here. It's another marker knowing that we're on the right track. Guess we'll see what's gonna go up over this hill and see where we're at. Up the esker and we walk down, and on the way down there's some gravel. It's kind of slippery. Patrick slipped, but thanks to the trekking poles he caught himself. That wouldn't have been a very good trip down on his butt on rocks. Looks like we've got less than a mile before we hit the shelter, and that is where we're staying for the night. So I think last time I checked it's about 3 o'clock. So I'll probably get there about 3:34 is what I'm guessing. Probably earlier than what we had figured, but I think we'll just probably get camp set up and maybe take a nap and then get up and make dinner and hang out and enjoy the silence. Well, it looks like we're getting closer. Kind of wonder if we're hearing thunder off in the distance. Heard it a couple times now. The sky doesn't look too bad. Walking on some nice grassy trails. It's like it's littered with these really pretty flowers. I'm not sure what they are. I thought they were black-eyed Susans, but they're not because they're yellow in the middle. Black-eyed Susans are black in the middle, or brown in the middle. Might be kind of crazy walking through here if it was foggy. Kind of give you an eerie feeling. Wow, look how pretty those are. And the mosquitoes buzzing by my ears. Okay, looks like we're heading up to shelter too. So, told us to turn here. I'll follow Patrick up. Looking at the map, we should be coming up on it. I'm starting to hear more thunder in the distance. So I think we're gonna be in luck. We'll probably be able to get everything set up and get out of the weather before it hits. And there is the cabin, just ahead of Patrick. And then we found another trail, and that looks like that would have probably been a better way. So we made it. So here's our cabin, and fire pit. Kind of a scenic overlook. And here's the cabin. So definitely be out of the weather, which would be really nice. Especially if it starts storming. Just an update, the wind is picking up and it actually sounds like it's raining out. Supposed to be getting a storm. They said 85% chance at 5 o'clock when I checked the weather. It is now 4:45 and the rain is coming down pretty good. Patrick's working on setting up the tent. I'm gonna grab our chairs so they're out of the rain. So we got to the shelter before the rain hit, which was nice. We didn't have much of a storm here at all. It rained for maybe 10-15 minutes at the most. Sun's back out. We just got done gathering some sticks to see if we can get a little fire burning before we sit down and make our dinner. Needed more wood, so I took off into the woods and snagged some more pieces, and now Patrick's cutting them up. Hopefully that'll burn for a while. Well, I guess that answers my question from earlier. If the train tracks were still up and running.
They're saying.
So they're
still running.
definitely active. You can hear the train while we're sitting outside the cabin by the fire relaxing. Well, we had some rain early this morning, and we finally got up about 7:44 and the rain had stopped. And we've got camp all broke down. We went and got water, we had breakfast, and now we're getting ready to head back onto the Ice Age Trail and see where our adventure leads us today. It's pretty cool out today. Hopefully it stays that way. If not, we'll deal. Okay, we left the cabin, You can see the sign that says office, museum. So if you go down this pathway we went down this morning, we walked and was able to get some water. They had a nice little water station outside of their office. This right here looks like a service road. And the Ice Age trail goes up to the left, and the shelter goes up where Patrick was standing. So we are on our way back to the truck. We made it to the next water source. Of course, we have already filled up from our breakfast, but looks like a pretty nice stream. Might even been the stream that we were in a while back before we got to the cabin. Pretty nice. Had some field walking. We just finished the Stony Ridge segment, and now we are heading to the parking lot. You can kind of see the sign up ahead. So we're gonna cross the road here and head back to the truck. Looks like the Ice Age trail does continue there if you are continuing on.